Good afternoon, students. How are you? I hope you all are fine and staying home to keep yourself safe from COVID 19. As in this chapter, in the previous module, we discussed about the people and the states who are food insecure. Here in this module, we are going to discuss food security in India. So let us begin. Since the advent of Green Revolution in the early 1970s, the country has avoided famine even during adverse weather conditions. So, from the time when we adopted this Green Revolution in our country, the production is increased in our country so high that we never faced such famine condition what was faced in Bengal in 1943. From this bar graph you can see how the production of food grain in India increased. From 1960, see continuous growth of the production is seen up to 2011, and then the productivity of the land was experienced little bit stagnant, and from that time it is sometime decreasing, increasing, decreasing. That is seen. In 19 in 2016-17 again a good increase is observed in the production. So this way, by adopting this green revolution, we never faced famine condition. Even during the adverse weather condition, okay, that rainfall is not there, drought condition is there, or flood is there, any kind of calamity, we could successfully face that problem. India has become self-sufficient in food grain during the last 30 years because of variety of crops grown all over the country. The availability of food grains, even in adverse weather condition or otherwise, at the country level has further been ensured with a carefully designed food security system by the government. This system has two components. What are those? One is buffer stock, second is public distribution system. What is buffer stock? So by this figure only you can understand what can be a buffer stock. A buffer stock is of stock of food grains, namely wheat and rice procured by the government through the Food Corporation of India. So this way the grains, food grains and other things are stored in the godowns. The FCI purchases wheat and rice from the farmers in states where there is surplus production. The farmers are paid a pre-announced price for their crops. This price is called minimum support price MSP. Okay, this minimum support price is usually announced during the sowing season so that the farmer should be insured, should assure, can be insured by the government that after the production their produce will not go wasted and they will not face any kind of problem in selling, and they will be given minimum that price, and if they are able to sell more than that price, of course they are free to sell it anywhere, but the government is ensuring that minimum price, this much you will get definitely. The minimum support price is declared by the government every year before the sowing season to provide incentives. Incentive you can understand. This is an incentive to the farmers for raising the production for these crops, and this MSP is every year little increased. The purchased food grains are stored in granaries. Do you know why these buffer stock is created by the government? This is done to distribute food grains in deficit areas and among the poor strata of the society at a price lower than the market, which is known as issued price. So the price at which rate the people are getting that grains over the ration shop, that is issue price. This also helps to resolve the problem of shortage of food during the adverse weather condition. Whatever the stock of grains are maintained in the buffer stock, that helps to cope up from the problem caused during the adverse weather condition due to any calamity. So what is public distribution system? Whatever grains are distributed through this public distribution system. So what is public distribution system? So by this picture you may understand sometime you or your parents may have visited such kind of shops. The food procured by FCI is distributed through government regulated ration shops among the poor section of the society. This is called public distribution system. The ration shops are now present in most localities, villages, towns, and cities. There are about 5.5 lakh ration shops all over the country. Ration shops, also known as fair price shops. So the ration shops are also known as fair price shops, which keep the stocks of food grain, sugar, and kerosene for cooking. These items are sold to people at a price lower than the market price, which is issued by the government. Any family with the ration cards can buy a stipulated amount of items, that is example 35 kg of grains, 5 liter of kerosene, 5 kg of sugar, etc. every month from the nearby ration shop. So there are three kinds of ration cards. Antyodaya cards for the poorest of the poor, BPL cards for those below poverty line, and the APL cards for all other people. So there are three kinds of ration cards provided by the government to distribute the grains through public distribution system or government regulated ration shops. The introduction of rationing in India date back to 1940s against the backdrop of Bengal famine. The rationing system was revived in the wake of an acute food shortage during 1960s prior to Green Revolution. So in the wake of high incidence of poverty level as reported by NSSO, National Sample Survey Organization, in the mid 1970s, three important food intervention programs were introduced. What are that? Public distribution system for food grains in existence earlier but strengthened thereafter. Means this was earlier also existing but little bit strengthened in this year. Integrated Child Development Service ICDS introduced in 1975 on the experimental basis, and Food for Work program means the people were working, and for the as the remuneration the people were given, the workers were given the money along with the food grain. So that was introduced in 1977-78. Over the years, several new programs have been launched, and some have been restructured with the growing experience of administering the programs. At present, there are several poverty alleviation programs (PAPs) are existing, mostly in rural areas, which have an explicit food component also, while some of programs such as PDS, midday meals, etc. are exclusively food security programs. Most of the PAPs also enhance food security. Employment programs greatly contribute to food security by increasing the income of the poor. Thank you, students. This was all about the food security in India. Some more informations we'll discuss in the next module. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.